God damn it, this thing did it again. I don't know why it keeps doing this. Hang tight, everyone. There we go. What's up, everybody? You know, I always start this show off by showing love to those companies who help make this podcast possible. First and foremost is going to be the newest sponsor to the podcast, which I am super pumped about, is VETO Pro Pack. Everybody knows VETO. They know that they are the Cadillac of tool bags, and bar none, they're the best in the business. Yeah, they're not cheap, but for a bag that you know is going to last 5 years is absolutely amazing. Their warranty is amazing. So, as you guys know, I have a ton of these to give away. I can't wait to start getting into it because I also realize that not everybody has a couple $100 to go buy a tool bag. So I want to be able to help people get these bags in their hands and to be able to experience how amazing they really are. All right. For right now, if you don't win the giveaway, remember you can go to one of my other sponsors, True Tech Tools, and you can find VETO tool bags there, and you can use the discount code Uncensored and save 8% on your order. All right. So go check out VETO. Pick your bag because there's going to be something coming up that I want everybody to tell me what their dream VETO bag is. And you never know. You just may win that bag. All right. With that being said, go check out VETO and let's get on to the next sponsor. Guys, my friends over at Yellow Jacket celebrating their 75th year anniversary. I love Yellow Jacket. I love everybody over there, from Mr. and Mrs. Ritchie all the way down. They are just amazing people that are just, they're trying to push the limits. And, you know, they've made quality tools for 75 years, but they're trying to, you know, reinvent themselves as far as like with the technology and things that are coming out. I don't even know if it's going to be on here yet. Let me see if I can even find it. But one of the things that I told you guys about the longest time is I had something that I could not tell you guys about. And let me see if I can show you on here so you see it. But it's going to be the new Titan Max manifold. Maybe it's in the wireless. Let me see. Nope. See, they don't even have it on the website yet. That's how new it is. Where is it? Come on, we got to be able to find it. It's not, but the new Titan Max, I have one of those. I'm making videos. When I'm done, I'm going to try to give it away. As much as I love it, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. But guys, check out the new Titan Max. I think that they knocked it out of the park. I hear what people say about Yellow Jacket with the screen and all that kind of stuff, and they listen. This is what I always say. If you have an issue with a product, don't be a dick about it. Put it in the comments. Trust me, these manufacturers are looking. They're listening. I know Yellow Jacket is. They've been listening. I have said some hard things to them to say to a sponsor, but they've listened to everything, and they're taking it and they're going in the right direction with some of the revamped things that they're going to have coming out over the next few years. If you're looking for a new digital manifold that is going to last the test of time, something you can beat the living piss out of, and you know every time you hit that on button it's going to work, also has all the digital and wireless capabilities you're looking for. If you don't already have one, check out the Titan Max by Yellow Jacket. It is brand new, several buying options, with a book bag and hoses, just a manifold, however you want to do it. And it's also now on Measure Quick. So you can use your Yellow Jacket stuff on Measure Quick. And one of the biggest things, Yellow Jacket probably doesn't like this, but when you're on Measure Quick, hey, you got a few field piece things, some Yellow Jacket stuff, some NAVAC, whatever it is, you can mix those things rather than having to, oh no, I want to switch to this. Now I got to, drop all this money buying this whole kit. You can mix and match those things, rather than having to go out and buy all new stuff. All right. That was long-winded. But with that being said, go check out my friends over at Yellow Jacket. And remember, 75 years of expertise built into every tool. On to the show. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God bless the United States, and thank you to all those men and women who defend it.
5, 3, Welcome to the #1 rated HVAC podcast. If you're looking to grow in the HVAC industry, then you're in the right spot. Blue collar people talking about blue collar shit. Let's get better together. So turn up the volume, buckle your seatbelt, and let's welcome your host, Gil KV Jr.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the HVAC Uncensored podcast. I'm your host, Gil KV Jr. Here we are on a special episode, a special night. Remember what I said? I'm here tonight, tomorrow night, and Wednesday. 3 shows this week. Super excited, and I am so excited for the show tonight. Before I get into that real fast, hello to everybody that showed up for the chat. I know that I'm messing up your guys' night because normally you're other places, so I apologize to any of my friends. I know my buddy Chris, HVACR Videos, is live tonight, so it's just happenstance. But to everybody that's here, thank you very much. So Jason Johnson, what is up, my man? Mr. Brian Sanders, I saw Sammy was in here. So, yes, Sam, I am. They got packed up and I couldn't find them, and I was going to get more, but I found them. They're sitting right here. So, yes, they are going out, buddy. East Coast, what's up? What's up? Anyway, guys, to get into the show tonight, it is a friend of mine who's been on the show before that I love to talk to. He's a humble dude, and he'll probably never, ever say this himself, but he is polarizing when it comes to Instagram. Him and some other people, as far as the caliber of work that they do, has raised the bar for the community that's been created on Instagram, for people at his own company, for whatever it is. Guys like what he's doing are raising the bar and the exception of what we want in this industry, and it's absolutely amazing, and it's a fucking beautiful thing. So without further ado, he doesn't need any introduction, but guys, please welcome the one and only Mr. JeffJDemHVAC, which is JeffDemHVAC. I think I fucked it up still.
Slaughtered it, dude.
Fuck.
What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
You know, just living the dream over here. I used to have a guy who used to say, another day, another dollar spent.
Hey.
Still don't know what it means, but I throw it around, so.
That's funny. I see Kraus is in here. What's up, Kraus? I assume everybody knows who you are. And you know, if God forbid people don't know who you are, say a little bit about yourself and where you're at, like where you're located.
I'm just a lead installer from New Jersey who likes to inspire people by doing kick-ass work, man.
That you do, my friend. That you do. So how long you been in the trade now? How long?
11 years now. 11 years and loving every minute of it.
Something you said when we were off air, I think was really, really awesome, is when you said that, you know, if people get up and do this every day and just think it's a job versus going to work every day and loving what you do and then finding other people that share that passion, how much fucking fun you can have doing this.
Absolutely, dude. I like where I work. I got a group of guys that love doing it. You know what I mean? We all have the same passion. You know, you don't have to worry about who's doing what because you know it's going to be done to the best, you know, just as good as I would do it, you know, if not better. And it's easy, dude. It makes work fun. You know, makes work go by quick, and it makes you enjoy going to work. I don't dread going to work any day of the week. I look forward to it.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And I know people always ask, when you guys go out and you do all these things, like these extra things, it's not like the job's taking another day to complete, right? You guys are still getting this done in the normal time, just making it look fucking badass.
So that's a big thing that people really need to start understanding, right? Is a normal job is 8 hours, right? And, you know, for some people that, you know, are just starting off, it's 8 hours and then they keep going throughout their career and the same job still takes them 8 hours because they get into a rhythm, right? My rhythm, I don't stop trying to like strengthen my rhythm. I keep trying to, you know, elevate it. So when I do something so often, you know, you get quicker at it. I'm not just content where I am. I just want to keep getting better and better. So when you're in that mindset and that's what you're set on, just getting better, you could do more every day. And that's just what we do. We just do more every single day. And it's been working out pretty great for us.
That's awesome. And I agree 100%. You know, I have, so like our A team of installers, they get installs done. Um, you know, they don't go crazy, but the job looks good. Could we do better? We can always do better. But they'll get it done in, 4 or 5 hours, and the job looks amazing. So that's why I still pay them for 8. But now it's getting where it's like I want them to do that little next level, to keep getting better, not to have got your system down good, this works, and then we're just going to keep duplicating that. Like I want you to be able to duplicate it, but get better at the same time.
Like do something different every time, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Do something different that's going to help you with the next one.
Yeah, it's yeah. And I saw it. So I know like Mike does he does a lot like a boilers and like all that kind of stuff. And you love the whole like heat pump furnace, like mini split side of it, right?
It's my babies.
So you don't like any kind of boilers and stuff, do you?
I mean, honestly, I'm not too educated in them. You know, we have where we are, you know, Mike's the boiler guy. You know, another kid I work with, Joey, HVAC Combat, he's a boiler guy. You know, so when there's a boiler job, they're going to send them, you know, and if I finish up early or if I have nothing to do that day, I'm going to go help them. And that's just how it's just going to keep going like that until I am educated. And then I'll be doing my own boilers. I've done a few, but you know, if there's a furnace, a coil condenser, and there's a boiler, they're not going to schedule me to do the boiler and Mike to do the furnace. You know, they're going to give it to whoever's stronger at it. And to me, it makes complete sense. You know, I'm okay with, you know, learning it slowly. I would like to just get thrown into it because that's usually the best way to do it. But I wouldn't, you know, we love doing what we do. And I wouldn't be like, hey, don't give so-and-so this job because I want to do it, because I know how good they would do it. So let them do it, you know, and I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah, I agree. That's why I think I want to make a t-shirt that has my logo here on the back. It says figure it the fuck out. Because sometimes that's what happens. The sad part is there's too many guys getting thrown out like that in a bad way, not a good thing.
Yeah.
But no,
I learned like that though. That's how I learned when it came to new construction. You know, I was probably 2-3 years in, and I was working under this guy. He was a little bit of a crackhead, and then he got fired. And I knew the basics, so they said you run new construction, and that's how I learned the ins and out of HVAC. Is just building houses, you know?
Oh shit.
It worked out. It worked out in my favor for sure.
Yeah. Cause I think when you actually have a moral compass and you give a shit and you get that pressure put on you, you amplify it on top of yourself, because you're like, okay, now I'm responsible for this, but I want to get it done right. And you start to figure things out. And obviously the first time you do it isn't your best shot, but you're going to keep getting better as you go. The people with the negative attitude, like, oh, this ain't my fucking job, I'm not fucking doing this, they're the ones that don't last. But when people understand that the trades in general, especially HVAC, the opportunities that you can have in this industry are wide the fuck open, man. It is whatever you want to make it.
100%.
It's, yeah, I hate when people say, like, you know, I had a guy, he don't work here for me anymore, but he made a comment, oh, you can't see it from my house.
Yeah, I hate that comment.
Yeah, I was like, if you ever say that in front of me again, I'm going to fire you, and then I'm going to punch you in your fucking face. Like, that's stupid. Don't say that shit. And then what's the other one? I just work here. Like, well, what the fuck do you think the rest of us do?
Yeah, we used to have guys like that. We rid it of them, man. We tried to build ourselves to, you know, be elite, and it's worked out pretty good so far. We kind of just pushed the ones that were just doing okay and just happy to get by. You know, that wasn't enough. You know, we needed all strong players, so that's what we got.
Well, it's also when you have a good core of people, because, you know, somebody who runs a company, when you have a good core, they'll police themselves. If somebody new comes in, whether it's install, service, whatever, within like a couple of weeks, people will come to me and be like, hey man, like that guy's gonna work, like he's awesome. And I'm like, all right, cool, good to hear. Or it's, I don't think this one's gonna work, yo. I'm like, okay. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's always the worst, especially when they're good people too, man.
Yeah, I've had some that are good techs they just don't fit in with the culture here. Like they're good at what they do, but I like things like we call it doing things the belt way. It's repeatable. We know it works. We know customers love it. And some people just can't break old habits, and I'm like, hey, man, you're awesome, dude. I'll give you an awesome reference. This isn't the place for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So how many install teams do you guys have now?
6. 2 people per. Well, actually, no. Most of us have our own trucks, so two trucks meet at a job every day, and then so that's what 12. No, probably about 14 installers, and then I think we have like 6 service techs.
Oh shit! So you guys are a pretty decent sized company then.
Yeah, we grew a lot. When I first started, there was 3 install crews and 1 service tech. So we blew up pretty in 11 years. We blew up pretty decent size.
That's awesome. That's awesome to see. So you guys where are you at in Jersey? Like beach, like South Jersey, or where?
We're Central Jersey, but we'll go pretty south. We basically cover all of New Jersey. We just don't go really like Atlantic City down there area.
Yeah, because I was saying I don't think that your guys are that far. Because I want to come up to Jersey. I would love to see you guys, as well as Craig Migliaccio, AC Service.
Yeah, he's down south more.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I think so. I'm pretty sure he's down south.
Yeah, because I think he's close to like the beach area, like Beach Town or whatever. No, that is pretty awesome. So the story about you and Flynn is you worked with him somewhere else or knew him and then got him to come, or you met him there?
No, I met him on Instagram, and then I just started following him, dude. I looked up to him forever, and then I realized he was in my area. And then I met him one day. He was going to give me something. We always talked on Instagram and shit. And then I think I was doing a giveaway, and he wanted to give me a hat or a shirt to give away. So I met him. And next thing you know, like weeks later, I brought him over to the company. And it's just been love ever since, dude. Just making out in the parking lot all the time. It's awesome.
I must be missing those videos, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, those ones are in the hidden section on my phone. It's awesome though. It really is, because it's like he really is my best bud, dude. And I think because of what we do and how we feel the same way about work, I think it's made us even closer.
Yeah, the fact that you guys are both fucking rock stars and you were so close, and now you work at the same company, like. You're the owner of your company's got to be, thanking his lucky stars to have 2 guys like that. Because, like I said in the intro, man, and I know that you know this, and maybe we don't realize it enough, but the impact that you guys had, because there is a movement going on, with the tactical stuff and everything, and you guys are right at the top of it, which it's awesome that you guys, it's consistent too.
It's cool to see, dude. Like I follow a lot of people on Instagram, and some of these people have like 200. I don't care how many followers you have. That's not why I'm following you, right? It's never been the thing for me. If you do nice work, I'd love to follow you. So the amount of people that I met at AHR, like every year that I went, that I was excited to meet and tell them that they inspired me, and it like blew their fucking mind. You know what I mean? That something they did inspired me, and they're sitting here telling me it's cool to meet people that, you've inspired, but at the same time, they've inspired you.
Amen. And it's one thing that I was saying, a couple of us have said, is AHR, it's great going and seeing like the new tools and the new products and like that. That's all amazing. But I go for the relationships.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody told me, hey, AHR next time is going to be a big ass cookout, but all the same people are going to be there, I'd be like, oh, fuck yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that's why I love to go to these. I love, seeing you. That's why I was like, fuck, man, we got to see each other at the first night, but then it's so busy because this place is so fucking big. But,
yeah.
But still, just being able to meet people and talk to people, like make friendships. I mean, that's.
Oh yeah, dude. I've made a lot of friends, man, a lot. And it's been on social media, and the bond, the common thing is our line of work. You know what I mean? It's easy to meet people like that, but that do HVAC, but when they have the same passion as you, it's like instant friendship.
Yeah, it is awesome, and by building those bonds, and then like you coming on here and doing this, like it's it's bringing people together, and the fact that everybody in the whole community is cool, whether they're podcasters and Instagrammers, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is. We're all trying to accomplish the same thing. We're trying to make ourselves better at the same time, showing people what we know and having fun while we're doing it. Like,
hell yeah, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I think it's awesome for the younger generation to see it, because that's where they're all on there seeing that stuff. And they're like, before it's like, oh, the plumber's the guy with his asshole hanging out and stuff like that. But it's like, yeah, that plumber probably makes $100,000 a year.
Probably.
Yeah. So it's something that they have to realize. Hold on. Somebody's asking a question. They said, what is the average install ticket? So these fancy jobs you're doing, are they charging extra, or it's just the huge?
So we're not, crazy price, but we are higher than probably the first two estimates. But, people call us because they know what we do. They know the work they're going to get. Some people just go in there and slap in a unit. Nobody that works here does that. There's no, chop and swap. That's not a thing that we've ever used before. We go and we're going to do the absolute best we can. And a lot of times, our trucks are stocked. Like anything you could think of, we have. So it's not like we're losing. You know what I mean? We keep return boxes and breakdown boxes and new plenum and stuff like that on our truck. You know what I mean? So if that's considered truck stock and you do your inventory correctly, that's nothing for your bill. Yeah. So our prices are a little higher, but it's not outrageous. People don't run away when they see our price. They call us for a reason.
Well, especially the job they're getting. And I love the comment that I'm pretty sure that you said this to me last time, that, the mechanical room, rather than being this place people hide, you want people to show it off.
Hell yeah, dude. I love that. Absolutely. If someone walks into the house, into the room, mechanical room, when I'm done and they're not excited, then, I make them excited. I explain to them why normally they get excited because I'm so excited to show them.
It's amazing how that works, So let me ask you this: as far as like putting the lights and putting like the wrap on the walls and the floor, like how'd that come about? Were you just thinking like it just popped in one day, or how that? Because it looks fucking awesome.
So honestly, a big thing. A buddy of mine, who's my buddy now, dude, I got so much inspiration from him, was Aaron Bond, right? Aaron Bond used to do these rooms and they were phenomenal, dude. And I was like, I hope one day I could do that. And, but it was all diamond plate and these fancy lights. And I never saw a job like that before. And here he is posting on social media. So to me, I'm like, this guy's a fucking god, right? Mm. And then I go and I look up the price of diamond plate and I'm like, that's not going to happen. Like that's a crazy expensive. So on most of my jobs, I'm already laying bubble wrap, like in an attic, I'm laying bubble wrap on the floor. That way I can move around easily, right? Ends up that it looks good. So I said, let's throw some on the ceiling. I got some extra. Why not, right? I keep bubble wrap, that stock on my truck. I got a giant roll of bubble wrap. So that's nothing anymore either, right? But yeah, Aaron Bond, I saw that and I just wanted to do it, but in my own way. So it ends up that bubble wrap works for the shininess, and then here I am. Now I'm doing that stuff all the time, and I've seen so many other people do it now, and I try to stay as humble as I can, but I know I have a little bit of impact from that. I caused that, and it's a great feeling to see, dude. It really is. It makes me feel like all my hard work is paid off.
Yeah, damn right. Give it. No, for that's I love that. The first time I ever saw you do that, I was like, oh, that's fucking badass. Like that's sweet. Okay, so then like you figure, what the hell? Just add some LED lights, and what do you do?
Yeah, why not, right?
What do you just wire them into the outlet you have up there, like the convenience plug or something?
Yeah, it's just a different outlet. It can't be related to the unit. It can't be on the same circuit as the equipment. It's got to be another plug. So that's why it's tough to do it. I have to have a wire that I know I can use up there. And a lot of times you don't. But when I do, I take advantage of it.
That's sweet. So what's the...
I'm still trying to figure out a way to be able to, I got to figure out a way to do it with a relay that I could do the blue lights for cooling and then the red lights for heating. But I'm not smart like that. So I've put it out there 100 times. I'm waiting for somebody to give me some sort of diagram back. That way I could follow it and make that happen, because that would be badass.
Oh, I'll draw you something. I know exactly how you could do it.
I've heard so many people say that, and I've been waiting for so long. So if you could do that, dude, that'd be sick.
Yeah, I'm just thinking because how they have the 90 340 relays where it's double pull, double throw. So if we find a way to energize that coil, and then you could literally just put you probably wouldn't even need a double. I'm gonna think about that, but there's definitely a way, because that's one thing I used to love about the older stuff with relays. Like, you could start making anything work. You'll make it do whatever you want. You just had to figure out how to wire it together. And I used to love that challenge.
I'd be stoked, dude. You know how cool that would be? That'd be awesome.
That would be sweet. I'm definitely matter of fact, I'm going to draw that on my little thing right here, because that's going to get in my. Even though I can't write left-handed. So let me. The question that I forgot. So, what is the craziest thing that a customer's ever said to you after seeing something like that?
Normal reactions like, holy shit, like, I can't believe it. That's night and day. But probably the craziest reaction I've ever gotten, it's not so much a reaction, it's a relationship that was built with the customer. The guy, he didn't know what to expect, right? And I put lights, all this fancy shit, bubble wrap, everything like that. Next thing you know, he works for like an LED company, right? So now I talk to this guy all the time. He's sending me whenever lights have deals and shit like that. And, I've got so many references from this guy. So a bit more so relationships than, crazy responses. Because honestly, a lot of the times people are in their head, they already know what they're getting, So when they see it, they're just like, all right, awesome. That's just what I wanted,
No, I guess that's true. That's true. I'd be curious, like, if an inspector had to walk in, but most of your stuff are change out. So an inspector walk in and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, we've got that a few times.
Oh, have you really?
Yeah, they're more so amazed, And then you get the assholes too, that are like, well, what is this? Why'd you do this? And then they try to nick us for everything, because they're probably, failed tradesmen. But it is most of the time it's positive responses.
It should be, because when you walk in and see something like that, the first thing that I would think is, this person loves what they do.
100%.
Because if you don't, they're not going to go that extra mile, because it's extra. It's not needed. You don't have to have it, but it makes a difference into the picture of the big picture. That being said, so let me ask you this. I guess we won't steal your secrets, but everybody kind of has their process. So tomorrow you have an install. What's the blueprint of what you're doing? Is it like you're going to tackle inside, the guy with you is going to be outside? Do you have a certain way that you like to rock things, or it's just get it done however?
It all depends who I'm working with. Normally with my partners, what we do is I'll go inside right away. I'll start tearing out. They'll tear out the condenser. That way I can get the coil out and shit. Then they'll set their condenser, they'll pipe it in, and then they'll come inside and hang out with me for a little bit and help me out with some little shit, a high voltage, low voltage, shit like that. I always try to do the metal, because I love doing metal. And then line set, I always like to do the line set. But and then once I get to a point where I know we're good and there's probably 2-3 hours left in the day, they'll go outside and finish up out there. So for a majority of the day, I got help inside, so it's pretty good. That seems to be the best way to do things so far that I found.
Yeah, and it's so do you work with the same guy like pretty much every day, or do they switch you guys up sometimes?
Normally I'm with the same guy. Me and my buddy Ethan, we've been together probably close to 5 years now. For a little while we were broken up he was with another guy that came in to kind of get him the feel for the company. And then now we're back together. But yeah, we got a pretty solid rhythm, and it works out pretty well for us almost every time.
That's awesome. And I like seeing that, because what we call our A team, like, we have a bunch of amazing guys. The A team, those two guys have just been here the longest. The one guy's been here since Beltway was created. But those two are like that. They're like best friends. even outside of work. And that's just, you can tell when they work, like people always joke and they're like, they don't even talk, but they know what each other's talking about and stuff like that. I'm like, yeah, you just get a rhythm where you work with people and, you know, and that's one of the things that those guys like their time. So they'll start early and they get these jobs knocked out and meets all the standards that, are my like have to have things that I won't negotiate on. Like I'm curious to what you guys do, like something that, so do you do like, what are some things that, trying to think of the best way to ask this, what are some things that you guys include on every job that maybe some other companies don't, like you know, like a line set on every job, return box, things like that?
Honestly, there's nothing consistent. I mean, an easy trap, that's pretty much it. A paperwork holder is mandatory type shit. Nothing crazy because, a lot of these jobs are so different that you can't be extremely consistent all the time with that. But nothing crazy as long as you got an easy trap and a float switch,
Yeah, no, that's for us. So one thing that we always we try to do new line sets on every job. Sometimes that's easier said than done. So then the guys will try to flush it. We bought one of the pipe wipers things, which it's all right. I think it seems a little fluky to me, but there's nothing a little 410 it's a nitrogen can't do, cleaning out the line set. But we always try to do a line set. Obviously, we do a line set. It's a new thermostat wire going out. We always replace the disconnect.
Always, yep.
And there's always a whip. Like make it look nice. You don't reuse anything. Like I don't care if they had, the little EMT clamps or whatever, and they look good. Put brand new ones up. Like that kind of mentality. And then inside, we never want the. If they don't have a filter outside of the furnace or whatever, we'll always put it outside so a customer doesn't have to go inside. One of the things people have been asking about is like when you have a furnace, like putting a pan underneath of it. And I'm like, well, I don't mind that. Like, I don't mind doing it. It's just the cost involved and the time. Like, if you guys get down to a pattern where you can do it and we can provide that to our customers, then I'm down. I don't care. But I want to make sure that everybody can do it though.
Yeah, I actually did my first pan in a basement today, I think ever. And it was a request by the customer. And when I was done, I was like, dude, that looks fucking sharp. I was like, because we use those black pans, and I was like, that looks good. I might start doing this all the time now.
I mean, I think it does. It does look good in some areas, but I feel like if you have enough safeties on it, then especially if you have multiple, because a lot of times we'll do it's either the easy trap and condensate pump, or easy trap and then we'll do like a wet switch or another one. Like the chances of both of them going bad at the same time are highly unlikely. So
well, I've seen it happen.
Yeah,
dude, I blew out a ceiling. I had a drain pan with one of those SS1s in it. And then I had my secondary coil switch, and then I had a pan switch. Every one failed. Every single one failed. And dude, I blew out a whole ceiling because of it.
That's crazy.
It was nuts, dude. It was not very, wasn't very happy about it. It's not my proudest moment, but it ends up that I back pitched the unit. So the water was coming out the wrong side. I guess I think I meant to face the unit the other way. So I hung the unit and I pitched it towards where it was supposed to be the front. And I think I made a last second decision to turn it around for more clearance. And I never fixed I never leveled the strut out.
Hey,
so it ends up blowing the whole ceiling out.
That sucks, but you're human. See, hear that, people? Even the great JeffJDemHVAC makes mistakes, man. And that's
I fuck up all the time. I fuck up all the time. And I'm the first one to admit it. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's how you grow. I went to something to help a friend yesterday. I actually made a video. Thank God I fixed it before I made the video. The nest was the problem. It wasn't sending the signal out to turn outside on. And I got to messing with the wires, and Why does this camera keep doing this? Spend all this money and look.
I think you look great like that, man.
The best I've ever looked. See? There we go. It came back on. I don't know why that's one of the new cameras too. Anyway, shit, I forgot what we were talking about now.
Blew out a ceiling.
Oh yeah, blow out a ceiling. But it's always trying to get better. Oh yeah, the unit that I was working on. It was the Nest thermostat, but I was trying to get it running for the meantime for his tenant. It's like a little like snowball looking stand, and it's a Ream unit. And I go in there and I'm like, oh, it's on the wrong one. Put it on O. And I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it. I'm like, see, fucking unit's running. Like, what are you talking about? And I feel the line and I'm like, oh, fuck, that's air conditioning. I'm like, come on, Gil, you know better than that. I had to walk back downstairs and change it. But even though that's a little fuck up, but it's just, well, I'm also not in the field anymore. But that's what I miss though, man. Like running a business sucks. Like there's some perks and some fun, but I loved being a tech. Like I love fixing things. And I feel like, especially on the service side, like I wasn't a great installer. I love doing installs as a change of pace, but I love like meeting new people, and I got a big mouth, which is why I do a podcast, like hearing people's stories and being in people's homes. But when you figure out service and you understand how this stuff works, and I always say you have your aha moment, it's not really hard doing service when you understand how these things work. Mm-hmm. It gets to be fun because I get to move around. There's different problems at every place. And there's some of them that make you scratch your head like, hold on, let me step back. You know what I mean? And it really gets your brain working. And I love that part of it. And I miss it at times. I try to get out in the field as much as I possibly can because I don't want to end up being a pencil pusher. This fucking camera, just switch this.
Goddamn camera.
We'll just use this one. Son of a bitch.
No, I did service for a little while, but I didn't, not like a daily thing. I did the on-call shift, like so once a month for a week after hours, I would take on-call. And I enjoyed it a little bit, but at the same time, I was kind of thrown in it. So it was fun to do something different. But if I had to do that daily, I would hate it. I like when I take my tools out, I want to take them out one time. I want to sit at the same spot all day. And then the driving part killed me too. Going from one side of New Jersey to the other side was a pain in the ass.
Yeah. Yeah. See, and that's what people think. Like everybody thinks like, and I get a lot of companies get people to come in as like an install helper as the first thing, but that doesn't devalue install. Like everybody thinks that you're supposed to go from install to service, but I know guys like they love what they do. They love install. They like that part of creating something, and you can make a shit ton of money no matter which avenue you go to. It's not like there's a right and a wrong choice. It's all just like if you decide to go commercial instead of residential, it doesn't matter. That's why we have all these different avenues. There is no right or wrong.
Yeah, I get that comment all the time. When are you going to come to commercial? When are you going to come? I'm not. I don't think I am. For me, in the commercial, there's too many hands on the job. There's way too many hands. Like you try to do a whole commercial job. Too many guys, too many. I don't think I'd be able to do it. I like just me and one or two guys and just banging shit out all day long.
Well, and I would think installs are more fun when it comes to residential anyway, because a lot of times commercial, like sitting outdoor units, that's not real. I mean, that's not really what I would call fun. It's easy. You can get a bunch of them done in the day, just, doing the electric and the disconnect and all that kind of stuff in the startup process. But I would rather install a residential system all day, every day, twice on Sunday than do that.
Well, not only that, it's usually a one-day thing, so you're in and out,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's true. We're doing something at one of the big malls here, which is a pain in the ass, but it's going to be setting, what is it, 7.5 ton rooftop unit and an 18-ton rooftop unit. And listen to this. They said they don't want gas and they don't want heat pumps. So they want straight ACs with electric duct heaters. I was like, okay, why? Like It was just a weird request, but now it's all the spiral, the big commercial spiral duct, like the trying to think of what that's called. I don't know. The big commercial stuff. All that stuff's got to be replaced. So it's cool because it's a good bit of money, keep a lot of guys busy. But we're debating on whether sometimes those big jobs get to be where like the total seems like it's so much, but there's such a pain in the ass and the labor and
and you got to go back a million times too. You know.
Yeah, exactly. This fitting was wrong. We got to order another one.
Holds the whole job up.
Yeah, change order because now we want brown, registers instead of white ones or whatever it is. And it's one thing that I was fortunate enough that I started in the commercial industrial stuff. I'm glad that I had the experience, but I think that's why I kind of fell in residential and liked it so much because the person who's paying for it is the one that you're dealing with. It's their money, So when you help somebody out, like a single mom taking care of 2 kids, doesn't have much money, but you make it work and those kind of things, like it's life changing what you do for people, and
it is.
It's the same way.
It's more rewarding.
Yeah, and it's any kind of service based industry, and I think if people thought about it that more, it would make more sense to them. Like going back to the whole, this is just my job, I love this stuff and I'm proud of what I do. And that's why going back again to the whole community thing and people being proud of what they do and seeing women in the trades and seeing some of them just kicking fucking ass. Like that's awesome. You know what I mean? I was going to be funny, but I was going to make a comment and I was like, that's probably not going to go good with that. So let me stop.
Go ahead. You got her now. You can't hold back now.
I was going to say, when I scroll through there and see some of those pictures, it gives me half a chub, but then I didn't want to be like, I was like insensitive towards the ladies. Cause even his installs give me half a chub. So I don't know. And now I sound like a homo.
Dude, I get made fun of all the time. Like when I'm done with the job, I'm going to take a picture. I'm drooling over my own shit, and that's just because most of the time I can't believe I did it. I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, I fucking did that, and my buddy's just like, dude, you're like rock hard right now. I'm like, I know, dude, because I just did that.
I was gonna say your company should be running commercials with you and Mike on the damn thing,
just walking away into the sunset, holding hands. Yeah. All first choice today.
Yeah, exactly. Get people their Instagram famous.
No, you don't want that though. That's I don't want to make that the main focus of the company. You know what I mean? Like I said, I want everybody that works there to be just as recognized as I am for the work I do because they're doing the same shit.
Yeah, that's cool. You need to tell one of the service guys at your company to get on Instagram. They got to show the other side.
So we got a few. We got Alex G's on there. He posts every day. He's kick ass, dude. He's killer service tech.
Oh shit! I gotta make sure. I'll make sure that I'm following those people. I will say that I met a lot. So go into HR. Obviously, you want to see all your existing friends, people that you already know, but then you also want to meet new people. And I met a lot of the younger guys. Just reminds me how fucking like an old man I am when I hang out with the young guys. But I forget the ones. I know the one is Efron. That's what's been. I finally met him in person. And
he's cool as shit.
Yeah, he's very cool. Well, I guess there's some other guys, the visionaries, I guess they're called.
Yep.
Yeah, so I met those and I forget what 2 it was, but okay, just to round the story out. I went outside with KB. We're out there talking and they were going to smoke. Normally I take gummies to go to sleep at night. I'm like, I didn't bring my gummies. I'm like, yeah, sure. I'll hit it, I'm blitzed. I'm like, oh my God, what'd you do, Gil? Like this, you went too far. This is not what you meant. I'm sitting there smashing this popcorn at Tersh's event thing. And 2 of them come up and it's funny. Like they're trying to like work me on a deal. And they're like, all right, so what do we got to do to get on your podcast, man? And I'm like, just ask. I'm like, I don't care. They're like, oh, okay, cool. So how do we do it? Like all 4 of us, 2 and 2. I'm like, I don't know, man. We'll figure it out. But then it was just funny, like asking me questions and like they were going back and forth. It was fucking hilarious. Maybe just to me because I was stoned, but it was a funny experience. But yeah, I'm trying to get all of them to come on the podcast. Like that's
dude, they're good kids, man. They really are, and they're trying to do what needs to be done for this trade, and that's bring younger people in.
And that's amazing. I love seeing that. That's why we know when they were younger, I told them, I said, man, you guys should each one of you come on individually rather than lumping yourself together. I know you're the visionaries, but each of you come on and talk about your experience, share your story, and then, everybody gets their spot. I love seeing that, young guys coming in here being fucking pumped about it. That's
Hell yeah, dude. I love watching the guys come on here and grow. You see them start and they're kind of ass, but who isn't in the beginning? And then you get to see their journey. And, it turns into next thing you know, they have like thousands of followers because now they're inspiring other people to do the same thing they just did. And it's honestly, it's cool as shit to see. It really is.
Yeah, no, that is sweet. Adrian, reliable HVACR. He was like, you were down in that popcorn. Yeah, I was stoned. I just didn't tell anybody. And then Rookie, who's not here tonight, was supposed to be giving me like just regular Cokes. Apparently was making them Jack and Cokes, and I was so high I didn't taste the difference. So that was a fucked up night.
Damn.
Yeah.
Actually, I was going to come that night. I freaking missed it. I think, I don't know if Mike and Billy came, but I was going to roll with them, but I had a flight the next morning, so I decided to opt out of it.
Yeah, I think I saw Mike right as we were leaving, like the event was going to end, because I think it went till 10:30, and I think it was like 10:30 when he was walking in, but I talked to him for a second. Yeah, well, then I felt bad because the next night was RLS that I wanted to go to their thing.
That looked awesome, by the way.
It did, and
I watched all those videos. I was like, dude, I wish I went, man. Everybody looks like they had such a good time.
Yeah, I ended up staying in the place. I felt like shit, man. My sugar for being diabetic was jacked up, and I was waiting for it to settle down. And then by the time it did, I'm like, I don't even feel like going anywhere now.
You're beat.
Yeah, which sucks because you only got so many nights there. Fucking AHR, even when you stay the whole time, goes like that.
Yep.
So at least the next couple are going to be warm though. No more of this cold stuff, because that Sunday night it was fucking freezing.
And when's the next one's Orlando?
Yeah, so Orlando, and then Vegas, and then back to Atlanta.
Vegas was kind of cold too when we went, man.
It was.
It was a little chilly. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was kind of warm the day I got there. I remember wearing a short sleeve shirt the day that I got in there and walked around, because I walked to go pick up my tux for the tactical awards. And but every day, I agree, it was kind of chilly. Even last time I went to Orlando, because that's a while ago, especially counting COVID, it was the first one I ever went to. And when I first got there, I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm wearing a sweatshirt? This is supposed to be Florida. And then the day we left was like 75, 80 degrees. But I think next year I might let my family come down at the end of it and then like go to Disney for a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm hoping I can do something similar like that. That would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a house, man. Fucking found a beautiful house, man, like out in the country, like an hour away from the city, which I'm fine going away. I put in an offer like $50,000 over asking, and I found this morning that somebody else beat us out only because it did a all cash deal, and I was like,
and cash deals will get you.
Yeah, it's dumb though, business wise. I just wouldn't do that, but yeah, it was like a punch in the stomach. Yeah, no, it's crazy. We're almost at an hour, man. I know we'll sit on here. I guess I just love telling you guys, for one, I appreciate your friendship, and I love what you guys do, man. I love the fact that you're inspiring people like that. To be honest, even though I have the podcast, watching you guys motivates me to make more videos and put more videos up that, even though there's somebody out there that you think they've done that already and they've done it better, that doesn't matter, because, your take on it, your opinion, or how you do it, maybe that's gonna, feel that way for somebody else. Like still do it. Because I used to feel like that all the time. I'm like, I'll just stay in my lane. These people are really good at these technical things and doing this and doing that. But then it makes no sense. People follow you because they like you. They like your opinions and what you say.
Yep.
So that's something I got to get better with. And, not being in the field is what sucks, though. I try to go out, but nobody wants to see me in the office fucking clackety clacking, ready to blow my fucking brains out.
You'd be surprised, dude. There's a whole market out there for that, man. You teach them how to run a business.
Yeah. Tell them don't do it. Being a tech is so much better. That's why people think that I think that people should start their own company if they have that desire. They definitely should. But people are like, "Oh, you're so rough on these guys wanting to start their own company." I said, "No, I'm just trying to be real with them and let them understand what they're getting themselves into. I'll help anybody if they want to start a business." But I think, sad part is too many of the guys I talk to think that, "Oh, I'm just going to start my own company so I can make more money." Okay, well, that's not how this works. If that's all you're doing, you're better off working for somebody else. And the first question I always ask them are, "How are you with your personal finances?" And if they say not great, then you shouldn't start a business. Because if you can't take care of that money, you're gonna fuck yourself. IRS is gonna come get you. It's it's rough.
Good point.
It's a lot to it, and I commend people that do it. That's why I'm fine being the right hand man at this place. Granted, it's like I own the place, and I feel that way when I run it. But the truth is I lose out a little bit, and I can go work for somebody else. But the owner, they're the ones that they might lose their house and shit like that. So that's another thing I think that social media has helped, that there's a lot more like up to date and like companies with cultures that guys and girls want to go work for, like they're happy to be there, that's another thing. Just like I love seeing people post their work, whether it's service, install, and have pride in what they're doing, is when people are like, I love my fucking company. I love working here. I remember coming up in the trade, all you heard was the horror stories, This place sucks. That place, man, they're fucking checked in cash and all this other stuff. And I love it's more positive things now.
Yeah, there's a lot more.
Yeah, so it's, but I won't keep you, buddy. We get any close to an hour. If I start to edit out, then the downloads start to stop. I guess at an hour, guys are they're not driving that far, or they're gonna wreck or something. I don't know what it is. But like I said, man, I appreciate you, buddy, and I love what you do, and I love that you inspire those people. You inspire me just to want to make videos and help other people. So keep doing what you're, man. Keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Appreciate it, man. Big time.
Yeah, and we'll try. I'm trying to, get a bunch of you on at one time. I was talking to Ben. Maybe we'll do like a award winners panel or something, and like a live stream, and just hang out and have fun. Get some people on here.
That'd be fun. That'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah. Not necessarily a podcast. I don't care about the recording, but just hang out and have fun, and then people can ask questions or hang out in the chat.
Hell yeah! How many people fit on a live on YouTube?
I can get up to I want to say 8.
Dude, let's make it happen.
So 7 other people. So yeah, we can rock and roll. And I think my software does Instagram now. Like I can that can be one of my paths. I just got to figure out how to do it to start doing more with those lives. Because I know when you guys come with me on YouTube and places, it's like a lot of times if I don't put stuff on Instagram, your subscribers or your followers don't even get to see it.
Yeah.
So try to make my rounds, figure it the fuck out. Just like I got to figure out the wiring diagram. But that's a challenge. I'm truly going to think about that, dude. I got that written down because wiring, that was my thing. So I'm going to figure that out.
I'm going to text you every day until you figure it out.
That's fine.
I'm going to hold you to it now.
And call somebody smarter. I'm still going to figure it out, and I'm going to take credit for
it. Hey, man, as long as you figure it out, I don't care who did it,
Yeah, right. But all right, brother, I'm going to close this thing out, man. Have a good night. Tell Mike I said what's up, and keep doing what you're doing, bro.
All right, man. I'll talk to you. Appreciate you big time, dude.
See you, buddy. Oh, man. Guys, I love talking to Jeff, man. Like if you guys do not follow Jeff on Instagram, which I can't imagine you don't, like the work that he's doing and the stuff they're doing, how it's lifting people up, the younger generation seeing it, I fucking love it. And not to mention, they're just awesome dudes. Like they're just very humble, awesome guys, which makes you love them even more. Once again tonight, I know I had to make some of you choose between coming here and other shows. Only this week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, I ate my nighttime gummy a little early, so I got to be careful before that starts to kick in. So I'm going to cut this show off. So come back here tomorrow night. Thank all you guys for coming here live. I really, really appreciate you. Awesome show tomorrow. And then also Wednesday night is going to be fun. Miss Jennifer Manzo, the newly HVAC Tactical Award winner. Can't wait to talk to her. And tomorrow with some HVAC guys who came up with this product that I think is pretty neat, and you guys are going to love to hear. They've been listeners of the podcast. So when they reached out to me, I was like, fuck yeah, come on, let's talk about it. So we're going to do that tomorrow night. All right. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Remember, be safe out there, man. Okay. Keep your heads on a swivel. Watch when you're driving, the breakers off. Don't cut yourself, all that kind of stuff, man. Just please be safe. It's a crazy fucking world that we live in. Remember to, be the best version of you. Do the little things. Keep trying to better yourself. Be the best version of you, whether that's, like I always say, a podcast, read a book, join a group, an online class, whatever it is. And if you're really, really good, then give back to somebody else. All right? Like you heard, Jeff saying, teaching other people showing him stuff, and then everybody is getting better as they go. All right? That being said, man, I love you mofos, and I'll talk at you tomorrow night. See you.
Thanks for listening to the HVAC Uncensored podcast. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and Instagram, or email us anytime at hvacuncensored@gmail.com. Now, get back to work. Shut this down. The views and opinions shared on the HVAC Uncensored podcast may not necessarily be the views and opinions of our sponsors or guests.